The national president of Nigeria Society for Chemical Engineers has revealed that Dangote Oil Refining Company will be the highest employer of chemical engineers in the country when the refinery comes on stream. The Society's national president, Engineer Sadu Mohammed, disclosed this during a visit of the Dangote Refinery and Petrochemical Project at Igbeju Lekki in Lagos over the weekend. He commended the company for its contribution to energy security in Nigeria. Arise business analyst Chika Mbono joins us to discuss further. Chika, you're very welcome. Good morning. I know, it looks like we're matching.
Blue suits, blue tie.
I'm emulating you, sir. I'm emulating your fashion pathway. Arise Fashion Week is starting in Dubai, so this works out. What do you make of the employment opportunities provided by the Dangote refinery?
We have spoken several times on this program that despite government's best efforts, with 40% youth unemployment, running to almost 100 million Nigerians unemployed, that the government efforts is just like a drop in the ocean.
Yeah. And
the government needs to provide the enabling environment for the private sector, to create employment for Nigerian citizens. This Dangote project, you can see the number of engineers that's going to take from the market.
Yeah.
Is an example of the fact that the private sector actually should lead employment generation in Nigeria. Look at the one that we're talking about, the 774 local government areas work. I mean, that work is over now, and they said they paid how many, almost 40-something billion on that, whatever, which as in Nigeria, everything runs into billions. All these people tell us they pay billions in 1 month. But so the issue is the private sector must lead that. And Dangote is just one of them. There's so many projects that should have been on the, on the table and working. And so that a lot of Nigerians, maybe you don't know that my first degree is civil engineering.
I did not know that.
My first degree is civil engineering.
I thought it was accounting.
No. My first degree is civil engineering. Yeah. And I did it very well.
Okay.
And the problem was that when I came out, it was frustration. Where will I get the right engineering job that will use the skills I learned 5 years in university?
Wow.
And the opportunities were very rare, and there was none. And frustration upon frustration. And at the time, I just said, I have to pack my skills somewhere. And the opportunity presented itself in accounting. And that's how, that's how you find a lot of engineers. Nigeria has been doing a lot of engineers into other professions because opportunities are not there.
Yeah.
So engineering happens to be one of them. So this is a major thing. So we thank God for the Dangote group. I'm sure that the Boa people also are building their plant, the flour mills and so on and so forth. So as they're expanding, they're creating employment, and a lot of people are taken away from the unemployment market.
And on that point, the president of the Society of Chemical Engineers, he made that point you just made now. So do we have to see private sector companies of this scale doing these kind of projects to be able to absorb these graduates coming out of schools? Is that what we would need?
That's what we need. And it may not even be on this scale. There's a company that I'm involved in that is into water bottling and stuff like that. And they have a pipeline for graduate engineering training scheme.
Okay.
Not in the 1,000 range.
Yeah.
I mean, 10 engineers maybe every quarter.
Yeah,
and they go and take them off the market and train them. Because a lot of times what you learn in university, is different from what happens, at the factory.
Right.
And once you have a fertile ground, you can actually implant the skills and the knowledge and attitude to turn them into the kind of engineers that we need to turn around our country. So as projects like this, and that's why we feel sad sometimes when all these manufacturing plants close down.
Right, because you're losing engineers.
Those are trained also come out, and thrown into the unemployment market.
Thank you very much, Chika. What do you this passport revenue projection drop? 96%.
But sometimes I just feel like the government people sometimes think maybe they're not working unless Nigerians suffer. That the mind, what's used to measure like Nigerians are working is that we have a lot of queues. People are struggling in the rain and so on. Look at the NIM thing.
Right.
You saw how the queues were. People were like, passport is like, you know,
gold.
It's gold in Nigeria. Very simple things. A lot of countries now, you actually stay in your home and submit the documents, and then, you know, they mail it to you, and if you, there are different grades of it. If you want it now, you want it fast, and you pay for it, and government makes revenue in that respect. Yeah. But Nigeria is a torture. And the way you know about it is that the guy who was acting director of immigration, you know, did a mystery shopper thing and went to the Ikoyi registry, Ikoyi immigration office, pretending to be a regular person. And it led to the firing of several employees there because they all like were trying to extort him, not knowing he was their boss. And that's what Nigerians go through every day. I dread it each time that my passport is expiring. But be that it may, I think, you know, we always try to go behind the figures to know what the problem is. I think the Nigerian government is moving towards these long-tenured passports that have 10 years this lifespan. Yeah. And what it's saying is that a lot of people in diaspora are applying because of the inconvenience, again, I mentioned now. Right. You go to the Nigerian High Commission, go to, every day open, you see Nigerians all over the embassies are suffering. They want to apply, when they get an opportunity, they want to apply for that 10 years tenured passport. And so year one, if they apply for 10 years tenured passport, they pay the fees then. And for the next 10 years, you don't have to no revenue is going to come into the government in that respect.
Okay, that's correct. That's a good point. Yes.
No revenue comes to the government in that respect.
Yes.
So that's basically what these people are saying. But you know, if it's in the private sector, if it's accounting-wise, we normally will not chop the revenue in 1 year.
Right.
We'll spread it over those things in period. But here, all of them come into 1 year, and then so you have 29 billion in 1 year, and then next year you have 1 billion. That can explain that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll see how it plays out, and we'll look at this story again, because I mean that's one of the explanation of that. But if you have gone there several times, also you will see that they'll tell you that the network is down. Like in Lagos here, network is down. There's no power. They've not been able to reach Abuja. You know, so many things limiting the passports coming out on a timely basis.
Very quickly, Chika, just a minute. Would it help if we were able to manufacture our passports here?
Yeah, I mean, this thing has been on a burner for some time with the mint, the capability of the mint, which is what I have to validate again. There was time they were saying that has to be done. That can be, mint are saying they can do it, but for a lot of security Nigerian reasons, they're saying that we're our worst enemy. That's why they're not doing it. But I will cross-check that and find out what the real situation is now. Because if we can do that locally, maybe at the mint, maybe it can alleviate, and the waiting time for the passports will reduce.
All right, business analyst Chika Mbona. Chika, thank you so much. Civil engineering degree. Thank you so much for joining us, Chika. Appreciate your time. You're watching the Global Business Report here on Arise News.